Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Rosman bin Aziz. My matrix number is 2020828304. Alright, right now I want to talk about employers' health and safety. As we know, all workers are entitled to work in environments where risks to their health and safety are properly controlled. Under health and safety law, the primary responsibility is drawn to employers. Workers have a duty to take care of their own health and safety and that of others who may be affected by your action at work. Workers must cooperate with employers and co-workers to help everyone their legal requirements. As a worker, if you have a specific queries or concerns relating to your health and safety in your workplace, talk to your employer, manager, supervisor, or a health and safety representative. Alright, right now I want to talk about the meaning of safety, health, and security. Firstly, safety, a condition in which the physical well-being of people is protected. And second, health. Health is a general state of physical, mental, and emotional well-being of people is protected. And lastly, security. Security is the protection of employees and organizational facilities.
Hi, my name is KHAIRUNNABIL bin AHMAD MUHID, student ID 20208344. I would like to continue with the Law of Safety and Health, which is Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994. That's also called as OSHA 1994 or Act 514, that provides the legislative framework for the safety, health and welfare among all Malaysian workforce. The purpose of OSHA 1994 is to secure the safety, health and welfare of persons at work against hazard and risks arising out of the activities of the person at work. Second, to protect person at a place of work other than person at work against risks arising out of the activities of person at work. And the third is to promote an occupational environment for person at work which is adapted to their physiological and physiological needs. The successful of OSHA 1994 is United States Department of Labor reported occupational injury and illness rate has dropped 40%. Yes, employment also has nearly doubled from 56 million workers at 3.5 million worksites to 105 million workers at nearly 6.9 million sites, and a reduction in loss of workdays and workers' compensation costs translated into the big saving for the employees. And company also benefit from improvement employee mix, morale and productivity. So we can conclude that OSHA 1994 has more benefit that we can get by following this.
My name is Muhammad Alif Daniel bin Muhammad Sallehudin, ID number 2020896364. I will explain about the legal duty of employer under the OSHA. First of all, the legal duty of employer is have a written safety policy and must be disseminated to all employees if employed more than 5 employees, which means the employer must write a safety policy if they have a 5 employees or more and give to them to make sure their employee know the safety policy at their workplace and the organization. Second is form up a safety committee if employed more than 14 people, which is if the organization have a 40 or more people, the organization must form up a safety committee to make sure their organization in a good condition and have a good safety. Third is appoint qualified safety. The organization might appoint a register qualified register teams to make sure their organization in a good condition and safety from other things. Fourth, it take general measure to ensure safety and health of employee and others. For example, training, inform hazard, safety rules and personal protective equipment. Lastly is a report major accident to DOSH in the event of fatality of more than 4 days sick leave. If anything happen at the organisation, the employer must report to the DOSH and take anything action. Lastly, if they follow the legal duty of employer, they can protect the right of their employee if anything happen and can positively give a good effect to organisation and the work going smooth. Next, I will explain about the legal duty of employee under OSHA. First of all, the employee must to take a reasonable care for the safety and health of himself and of other person, which means the employee must take care of their self and people around him about safety and health. Second is to cooperate with employer and any safety and health requirement imposed by the employer regarding occupational safety and health, which means employer and employee must cooperate each other about the safety and health. Third is to wear or use at all time any protective equipment or clothing provided by the employer while working. This is to take care the employee safety and health. The fourth is to comply with any instruction or measure on occupational safety and health instituted by the employer, which means the employee must follow the instruction that given by the employer under the safety and health policy. Lastly, if the employee know their duty as employee, they can work in harmony at the organizations. Building a connected employer and employee relationship might not be as easy as it seems, but the minute you start investing time each other, you will know that is a right way to business happiness in a organization.
Hi, my name is Muhammad NIEZAR bin Ahmad TAJUDIN. My matrix number is 2020834806. So today I'm going to explain further on safety and health hazard and issues. Before I proceed on the issue, I would like to explain what is health hazard. Health hazards are chemical, physical, biological, ergonomic and psychological factors in our environment that can have negative impact on our short or long-term health. Exposure can occur through touch, inhalation and ingestion. Understanding the risk of this hazard can help us to take action to avoid this risk. So I will explain every health hazard in more details. First, chemical factors. All chemicals exist in one of three states: solid, liquid or gas. Solid have a definite shape and form, whether it is a dust particle or steel pipe. Liquid are a formless fluid that take the shape of their container. Solvent and oils are examples of liquid chemicals. Gases, usually invisible but sometimes detectable by taste or smell, are formless substances that expand to occupy all the space of their container. Oxygen and carbon monoxide are examples of gaseous chemical. This often happens in laboratory lab or construction site. Next, biological health hazards include bacteria, virus, parasites, and molds or fungi. They can pose a threat to human health when they are inhaled, eaten, or come in contact with skin. They can cause illness such as food poisoning, tetanus, respiratory infection, or parasite infection. We provide expertise and resources on monitoring and controlling biological hazards that are transmitted through food, air, or water. Other than that, physical hazards include noise, temperature, vibration, and radiation. Exposure to this hazard can be short or long-term and can occur at home, school, work, and in the community. Confined space are also one of the factors of physical hazards. Ergonomic hazards are a result of physical factors that can result in musculoskeletal injuries. Manual handling is basically when involving your physical strength to do any works. Use of display screen equipment. These days, majority of the workplace use computer or gadget when do their tasks, so it will cause eye strain and could cause sight problems. Psychological hazards include hazards that can have an adverse effect on employees' mental health or well-being, and are closely linked with all the other categories of hazard. Example of psychological hazard are health impact. When someone involved in an accident at workplace, it will cause anxiety and stress.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sheikh Al-Hafiz bin AMIRUDEEN and my student number is 2020853708. So I will present about managing health and security issues. So the effect of health hazards show up only over time. Health hazards can affect workers, their families, and their companies. So one way to help eliminate health hazard in the workplace is via ergonomics. So the first health hazard and issues is cumulative trauma disorders. Cumulative trauma disorders, or known as repetitive motion injuries, are injuries of the muscles, nerve, tendons, ligaments, joints, and spinal disc caused by repeated stress and strains. So the next issues is computer workstation issues. So the problems that managers have to confront in this area fall into three major groups. The first one is visual difficulties. Second one is muscular aches and pains, and the last one is job stress. So the next hazard is chemical hazards. MSDS must include the chemical name of hazardous substance. MSDS is a document that contains vital information about hazardous substances. So the next issues or hazards is smoking and tobacco smoke, and the last one is bloodborne pathogens. Okay, so building better physical and emotional health among employees. The first one is wellness and weight issues. Employees can launch or improve programs specifically designed to help employees maintain or lose weight by exercising and eating properly. For example, nutritional programs. Nutritional programs address two lifestyle changes. The first one is increasing a personal physical exercise, and the second one is adopting nutritional dietary programs. The next one is job stress and burnout. There is four types of stress. This is stress, distress, and the last one is burnout. So employers need to develop stress management programs to teach employees how to minimize the negative effects of job-related stress. The next one is depression. Managers should attempt to play amateur psychologists and try to diagnose an employee's condition. Next one is alcoholism. So under the ADA, employers can discipline or discharge employees when job performance is so badly affected by alcohol usage that the employee is unable to perform the job. And the last one is drug abuse. The abuse of illegal drugs by employees cost business billions annually due to safety risk, theft, reduced productivity, absenteeism, and accidents. So managers should be aware that some employees may be taking like a sedative or stimulants as part of their medical treatment, and that their behavior at work may be affected by their use of these drugs. So the next is managing security issues. There is a few types of security, such as security audits, employee screening and selection, control access, security personnel, and the last one is computer security. So to manage security risk more effectively, security leaders must reduce risk exposure, assess, plan, design and implement, and overall risk management and compliance process. That's all from me. Thank you.